In this video, I'm gonna tell you guys why I stopped watching Ruthless. Right now, I've been watching Ruthless since the very beginning. And when I say the beginning, I mean season 1, episode 1. The moment that Dikahn stepped onto the scene. I mean, he had this commanding walk and a stare that could silence a room. And Dikahn wasn't just a character, he was the tension, right? He was the danger. The show, I don't know, there were so many reasons for us to tune in week after week, and Dikahn was that reason. Now, I did another video to let you guys know why I started watching Ruthless in the first place. And I don't know, Dikahn was the reason that I kept coming back. But now he's gone, right? I think the show's gone too. But killing him off, I don't know, they just did it like it meant nothing, right? And worse than that, all of this happened off screen. There was no final scene, no intense standoff. There was no justice, and we're supposed to just move on. That was the moment that everything changed for me. And I realized that the writers didn't just kill off a character, they dismantled the very core of what made Ruthless so powerful in the first place. Well, that and Ruth, of course. So if you're wondering why I stopped watching the show, this is it. This is the moment the show lost its way. And I'm going to break it all down coming up right here on Ruthless TV. I've been watching Ruthless since the very beginning. And when I say the beginning, I mean season 1, episode 1, the moment that Dikahn stepped onto the scene, that commanding walk and that stare that could silence a room. I mean, even Blue Kimball, he told us that when we saw Dikahn enter that room, we knew that that was Dikahn. Everybody knew that was Dikahn, right? He wasn't just a character, he was the tension. Dikahn was the danger. The reason that so many of us kept tuning in week after week was for Dikahn. And you know, Ruth, of course, but you know, he's gone now. I think the show is gone now too. You know, I didn't even follow it up. I'm so mad. But they killed Dikahn off like he meant nothing. And worse than that, it all happened off screen. There was no final scene, no intense standoff, and that was the moment that everything changed for me. I realized that the writers didn't just kill off a character, they dismantled the very core. To me, this is my opinion, and what made Ruthless so powerful in the first place. So if you're wondering why I stopped watching and reviewing the show, this is it. This is the moment that the show lost its way. And that's to me, right? And we're going to break it all down right here, coming up on Ruthless TV. And trust me, you guys, I never thought that I'd say this, but I just had to stop watching the show. Not because of the acting falling off, not because the plot got stale and repetitive, but because the writers made one decision that I just couldn't overlook, one that changed the entire energy of the show. They killed Dikahn, and not just killed him, they decapitated him off screen like he was just this random character. Now, let me be clear, Dikahn wasn't just another Rakadushi member. He was the face of the cult, right? The one who made us flinch, lean in, and clutch our pearls, all in the same scene. So when I realized the man who carried this show from season 1, episode 1, had his storyline wrapped up with a quick, he's gone now, I don't know. I just knew something was off. It's been off. And that's when it hit me. Ruthless isn't Ruthless anymore. And that episode didn't just disappoint me. It completely shifted how I saw the show. And killing Dikahn, it was the worst move that they could have done. I don't know. That was the moment that the show lost its soul. I mean, the show was finally back, right? After what felt like the longest hiatus in TV history. And honestly, I was excited to see where things would go, right? But after watching that episode, I was left with one question. What in the hell were the writers thinking? Like, Dikahn was the backbone of Ruthless, the character who carried the tension and the suspense in nearly every episode, and they just unceremoniously took him out. Not just took him out, but decapitated, right? One of the most complex, feared, and loyal characters in this cult-driven drama was given the same fate as Lilo. And let's be honest, we've seen this all before and it had gotten old. And to me, the punishment just didn't fit the crime. Now, let's just talk about how ridiculous this was, right? Dikahn was devoted to the highest, like more devoted than anyone else on that compound. He followed orders, he enforced the rules, and he sacrificed everything for that man. And for what? To end up headless? His crime didn't warrant this extreme punishment. And that's the thing about the highest. He was so unpredictable, right? And impulsive. Let's face it. He was basically out of his mind. The moment he felt betrayed, it was lights out for Dikahn. And while we all know that he had fallen out of favor, the way it happened, it was just completely underwhelming. And yeah, we've seen plenty of shocking deaths on Ruthless before, right? But Dikahn, he deserved a better exit. Not only was his death rushed, but we didn't even get to see it. We didn't see it happen. There was no dramatic struggle, no last words, no moments of resistance, just gone. And that right there is what makes this so frustrating. The man was the first character we laid eyes on in season 1, episode 1, I think. From day one, he was the enforcer, the one making sure that everybody bowed down to the highest. The fact that we didn't get to see his final moments play out on screen is a huge disservice to his character and to the fans and to me. I take this personal. I mean, if you're going to take out somebody like Dikahn, a major player, at least let us see it. Let us feel the weight of that moment, right? But no, the writers robbed us of that. It's like they didn't want to deal with the emotional impact, I don't guess, right? Imagine the intensity that could have been captured, right? As a director, if we actually got to see his downfall, the fight, the fear, the betrayal in his eyes, but nope. We got nothing. Absolutely nothing. And this is really, really, really pissing me off. It's just so frustrating. But before Dikhan's death, the highest completely stripped him of his dignity. He was demoted, replaced. Like, watching him lose his position was already hard enough, but knowing his story ended like this, it's just unforgivable. And to me, the highest used him. He broke him. And then he tossed him to the side like a piece of garbage. And for what? To give us River as his replacement? Are you serious? River was a joke compared to Dikahn. The highest thinks that he can just swap out one for the other. I mean, let's be real. River is a watered down version to the 100th power, right? I mean, Andrew would have made a better replacement to me. Dikahn was intimidating, he was powerful, and at times unpredictable. But River was soft. He was weak. There was this certain power dynamic between the highest and Dikahn. It was electric. You could feel the tension. But with River, it just didn't hit the same, period. The intimidation was gone. The fear, gone. And honestly, the excitement was gone too. Another big reason why I was glued to Ruthless was the love triangle, between Dikahn, Ruth, and the highest. And Dikahn and Ruth's, their connection was very messy. It was forbidden and full of intensity. The tension in their scenes it was just undeniable. Every glance, every touch, every secret meeting, it kept the audience hooked. Period. Now that was gone. And the highest won by default, right? But it's an empty victory to me. Again, this is my opinion. With Dikahn out of the picture, the entire dynamic was dead. And so was a huge part of what made the show so addicting. Let's be honest, this show will never be the same without Dikahn. And like I said, I don't even know if the show is going to air anymore. He was one of the few characters who truly made Ruthless what it was. He wasn't just another member of the cult. He was the enforcer, the right hand, the protector, the one character who kept us on the edge. And without him, the show lost a major piece of its identity. Sure, other characters could step in, but none of them would ever fill the void that Dikahn left behind. And let's not forget about Lenny Thomas, the man, the actor who embodied Dikahn flawlessly. Lenny gave this character depth. He made us fear him, he made us hate him and root for him all at the same time. And that's not something that you can just replace. I don't know, I'm really gonna try not to curse on here. It's just hard not to feel disappointed. The show had a chance to make this moment truly impactful, and instead they gave us the bare minimum. Dikahn and Lenny They both deserve better. And honestly, so did we.